Welcome to Jagee's Cookbook. I'm sure you're all having a wonderful time out there. This time I'm going to dedicate this episode to children, little kids, because I'm going to make a gorgeous cookie bar, and these have ingredients which are highly appealing to kids and also adults who are still kids. Now this cookie bar is very easy to make. Now children, you can make it with the help of your mommies or any adults, and also it will be a very different atmosphere or a very different experience when you help your mommy out for this particular cookie bar. Now what we have to do first is go take your pens and paper, jot down all the things that I have here, and write it all down, the ingredients, the amount, and then tell your mummies to help you to make these cookie bars, because these are very delicious. I know you will, so don't forget, huh? For my bar cookies or cookie bars, whatever you want to call it, we've got all very highly appealing ingredients. That is melted butter, condensed milk, chocolate, yum, biscuit, nuts. These are all really good for young children. And little kids, write down exactly what I tell you and tell your mummies to make it for you, and also help her to make it. Okay, so you'll actually enjoy it. I'm going to show you very enjoyable things in this episode. First of all, for our base, we need a biscuit base. Now I've here got digestive biscuits. You can use any biscuits. You can use arrowroot or glucose, any biscuits, okay? Only thing, you have to have 250 grams, okay? So write it down, 250 grams of biscuits, digestive biscuits. That's going to be your crust, okay? Now, I made it easier. I put it in a zip pouch, okay? And I am going to crumble it. So for that, I'm going to bash it, okay? So for this, we need a lethal weapon, a rolling pin. And with this, I'm going to bash this up into smithereens, okay? So, I tell you, this is really fun, okay? Now, another thing you should remember is that when you actually close it, take out all the air from the bag and then zip it. Otherwise, you're going to break the bag, okay? Please don't hit your brother or sister with this, okay? Fine. So they're into smithereens, okay? Now what we have to do is, we just put this into a bowl. Okay, this is for the crust, okay, the base. Okay. That's right. Into this goes 100 grams of melted butter, okay? 100 grams of melted, unsalted butter. This already smells promising. To this, we add 1 egg white. 1 egg white, okay? I hope you children are all writing it down. Then we need to give it a mix. With a wooden spoon, just mix the crumb crust together, okay? Just mix it into one bowl. Already smells lovely. And then what we do is we just put it on the base of the baking tray, any baking tin, okay? Okay, okay. With your hands. Remember, children, please wash your hands before you actually enter the kitchen. Okay? With clean hands, pat it. Okay? Pat it down and create a nice base. Okay? Now, if you're not sure of this step, ask your mummy or your older sister or anyone, any adult who can help you, even your aunt. So our biscuit base is ready. Now what we have to do is ask an adult, anyone, to actually put it in the oven and bake it for around 5 minutes. Okay? So 180 degrees centigrade. Now what we do is we have to make the next layer. Okay, so we bash up our cornflakes. This is around probably two to three handfuls, okay, of cornflakes, and we've got around 50 grams of cashew nuts, both of which we have to bash it. That's it. Okay, don't make it too. Don't make it like crumbs. Just break it up a little bit. Now, next, the nuts. See how easy it is? More easier than chopping. Okay, so this is also done. So our cornflakes are bashed up. And so are our nuts. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to chop up our milk chocolate. This is around 160 grams of milk chocolate. Okay, 160 grams of milk chocolate. What we have to do is we have to chop it up into tiny bits. Now I would have bashed it in a zip pouch, but it doesn't work, darlings, because the whole thing just gets smudged up and gets squished up and ends up into this clawing mess. So that's not what we want. We want small pieces of milk chocolate. So you can use, or you can ask your mummy or daddy or whoever it is who's helping you to chop it up for you. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. Now you have to remember your biscuit base is still in the oven, so don't forget about that. I'm going to check if my crumb crust is ready. Okay. That's right. It's fine. Ready for the next step. Now what we have to do is very, very simple. Okay, note down, kids, just note it down. Ouch. Be very careful, please. Don't burn your hands. And also ask your mommy or any of your elders to help you, okay? Next, what we do is we're going to put our cornflakes, okay? Our bashed up cornflakes. All over. So simple. That's it. That goes. Next, our nuts. Now, if you don't like cashew nuts, you can use almonds, pistachio, hazelnuts, walnuts, whatever you want. It depends upon you. But I think cashew nuts and almonds are readily available here. So I think that's a safe choice. Again, nuts, 100 grams of nuts, healthy, good for you. Now 50 grams of nuts. Our cornflakes and our nuts are on top of the crumb crust. Next we add, the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous milk chocolate. And I just cannot, the smell is divine, absolutely gorgeous. Now what I'm going to do is just yum, 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 yum. Children, I really, really love this. I want you to try it so much because it's really lovely, and I'm sure even your daddies and mommies will love it. Okay? So, in goes 150 grams of milk chocolate or plain chocolate. Okay? Now, after all these lovely appealing things, just imagine I'm going to put 1 whole cup of condensed milk. This is the ultimate, okay? So right after chocolate, I'm going to add 1 full glass of sweet, sweet condensed milk. Now, how can this not taste delicious, children? I want you definitely to try. So in goes 1 whole cup of condensed milk, and it's going to be, you have to spread it equally all over, okay, equally. Okay, in that goes, that is gorgeous. Lovely. My mouth is watering like hell. Now all we have to do is just bake it in the oven for around 20 minutes or until it becomes nice and bubbly and set. Okay, that's it. So ask your daddy or mommy or whoever it is who's helping you to preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade and just bake it for around 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to take this and bake it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, heaven is on the way. You know what, kids? A lovely, gorgeous smell is coming from the oven. This is going to be real good, a lovely treat. Let me see how it's going up. Yeah, it's nice and golden brown, nice and fluffy and bubbly. Okay, let's just take it very carefully. Now, when you take it out of the oven, kids, please tell your mommies or any adults to help you, okay? Now, just keep this to cool. Let this cool down, and then we'll cut it into squares or bars or anything you want, and you can enjoy it. Okay? Enjoy!